Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. Welcome guys to the channel. This is definitely a brand new channel for me. I'm still kind of learning on how to post these videos around SaaS and solopreneurship. But I want to share with you guys an example of one of my many SaaS businesses, and I do have many. One of my many SaaS businesses that has generated me passive income over time. This is a chart right here of my sales, my all-time earnings. You can go ahead and see the very first day that I earned an income was, let's see here, it was December 21st for $7.99, and this was of the year 2021, so December 21st. And ever since then, the business been kind of growing. And, it's kind of slowly died off, but no worries here. I'll kind of explain what happened and how I plan to reinvigorate it. You can see here the last few, let's just say a couple of months, really, it's been completely dead with zero sales. The reason why is because the last time I logged into this account was about 2 years ago. And this thing just generates sales on autopilot. It's not something that I work on. It's not something that I'm concerned about or worried about. I literally have not logged onto this account in literally over 2 years. I was looking through my bank statement. I was like, hey, I've noticed for the past few months I haven't really been making money off this. Why is that? Like, what was going on? So I figured out, I'd logged back into the account, and it actually said that my account is suspended because I failed to reach out to the Alive check. And what the Alive check is, if you are not alive, they're not going to deploy customers to you, okay? And I haven't logged in such a long time that my account was actually due for deletion. So what they did was they stopped everybody who purchased from me, and they didn't allow any more purchasing. And to put things into consideration, this is a SaaS, so I get paid through subscription, but they canceled everybody's subscription. And I was on autopilot making about $1,200, $1,300, maybe $1,100 a month passive income, and it just stopped because I haven't logged in and checked on it. Now, in the grand scheme, because I am let's just say well prepared, this is not a big deal. I'll be able to handle myself. I'll be able to get this back going. It's not the end of the world, right? But it is unfortunate that a income source went down. However, I'll kind of share how this all came to be. So you can see here my highest income day was here, $455 it generated in income on December 5th of, 2022 technically. You could see 10.5% conversion rate. It shows you the conversion rate on every single day. So this is a 4.1, 6.1 conversion rate. Things like that. So if you want to learn how to actually sell psychological sales, you need to get my book. Okay, I'll leave a link in the description. You can go ahead and learn. It's a workbook. I teach how to do it. But you guys see here the conversion rates. Like, this is not some sort of mystery. See, my lowest date is like a 2.5% conversion rate. This is a 9.8. Here we have a 7.8. Here we have 11%. Here we have 3.2%, which is much, much, much higher than industry standard. 8.9% conversion rate. And you guys see it. This is all proof right here. There's no BS. There's none of that here. This is real proof. Just like the other proof video that I put out. The reason why I put out some of these proof videos is to show that I actually do this. I don't just make things up. I don't just talk about things. I don't just make videos giving people tips and advice, and I have nothing to back it up with. In my opinion, if you're giving tips, if you're giving advice to people, you actually have to have some real success before you talk about anything. That's just my opinion. So you can see here how much was generated, $88,825.60, 95,000 views, and 6,245 sales. Now, could I have made more money? Yes, but the average product here is like $9, $10. There's really not that much. I mean, you look at this, 7 sales for $74.93. Okay, here 6 sales, $75.94. Okay, 4 sales, $97. Here, let's click on something like this. We have 8 sales for $95. So you get the idea of what I'm charging. It could be anywhere from like $6 a sale to $15 a sale, roughly. Okay, and this kind of stuff doesn't just create itself out of nowhere. You kind of have to be ultra specific on what you want. Now, once again, I made the mistake of not logging in, not checking up on it. But that's kind of like an example of my life. I don't really check on things too often. I create a business. After I create it, I might spend 2 months working on it. After I create it, I just move on to the next thing. It produces an income for me, and I just move on. Like I said, I don't really concern myself too much with it, which at the end kind of bit me here, but it doesn't really make a difference. I'm well diversified, and this thing will probably, what are we, in the 5th month of 2025? I'll start marketing this thing again. It'll probably reach maybe 130K this year. We'll see what happens, 120K. Now, let me put things into perspective for everybody watching. Let me kind of explain some of my core beliefs. My core beliefs are this. It shouldn't be hard or expensive to build a SaaS business, okay? I'm not building multi-million-dollar SaaS companies here. I'm building micro SaaS products. I build a micro SaaS. Customers find the products through their needs. I do the SEO work. And my product gets in front of their face through my marketing, through my marketing, and it provides me an income down the road. That's it. It's just as simple as that. You hear people in the SaaS world say, oh, don't charge less than $50 per subscription. That's just stupid advice. There are people, no offense, who are not real practitioners who give people advice and they're really steering them down the wrong way, which is partially why I wrote my book kind of falsifying a lot of the BS garbage advice out there. Like another example, free trials. Every amateur and their mother is going to give out free trials. They want everybody to sign up for their product. They want all that kind of nonsense, but it doesn't get them anywhere. And once again, this is one of my SaaS businesses of many, okay? The sweet spot for me is when, and this is what I ideally want, if I create a product, anywhere from 30 to 50K a year for that product to generate. Why? Because it keeps customer support down. I don't have to worry about customer support too often. It provides a nice passive income where I can focus on other things, and that's what I like. I prefer my freedom, okay? And there's nothing stopping you from having a situation just like this, where you're generating, 30, 40, 50K off of one product, but then you create 15 products a year. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing impossible about that. And you can do it the same way I have done it. And what I've said before was completely true. SaaS has been the reason, along with my marketing skills, of course, that I'm financially free. And I don't worry about income. I don't worry about costs. I don't worry about expenses. Okay? And the truth is every single developer out there knows how to develop products, but they don't know how to do the marketing. They don't know how to do the magic of sales. And when I say magic of sales, I'm not talking about picking up a phone and start dialing Grant Cardone style. I'm not talking about that, because that is, in my opinion, one of the worst ways to make money. I would hate to have to call people and beg for them to buy my product, okay? I don't engage in that kind of behavior. I live a completely financially free life. I'm not some sort of beggar. I'm not going to call people and beg them for them to buy my product. You see what I'm saying? And I have no interest in that. So at the end of the day, marketing is going to be the reason why you succeed. It's going to be the reason why you fail. It's not going to be necessarily your product. I can hire a kid from India, a 6th grader from India, pay him however many dollars to create something for me. It's about me knowing how to promote the product. And the truth is many people don't. And the reason why many developers are stuck working for somebody, even though they're geniuses, developers are overall very intelligent compared to regular population of people, is because they're out here, they don't know how to interact with people, they don't know how to sell, and more importantly, they don't know how to read people. I talk about things like, let's just use the free trial example so we don't keep talking about things. Why do I tell people don't give free trials? Because you're going to get run over. What happens is people find loopholes to use your product for free. They're going to keep going after your free trials. And of course, don't get me wrong, there's certain things you can implement in your code that can stop that. But once again, it's not bulletproof. And there's a lot of things behind these kind of core ideologies. If you go to a normal SaaS incubator, a software incubator, you have investors, you have people like that, they're going to be like, well, why aren't you offering a free trial, free trial, free trial? There's these buzzwords, not just free trials, but there's these buzzwords, MVPs, these buzzwords that people all think that they have to operate the exact same way. And I think part of the reason why I'm so successful is not just from an income standpoint, But from a financial freedom standpoint, I can make multiple six figures a year, but I don't have to work as much as I'm making. If somebody looked at my schedule and they looked at my income, they'd be like, okay, you don't work even a fraction of what you make. How does this logically make sense? It's because I prioritize my freedom, my success. So this is just the story of how I made $89K, technically, $89,000 completely passively off of SaaS on one SaaS business. And like I said, I have multiple, which is probably something that really bit me at the end because, I should have logged in, I should have checked. But hey, it is what it is. I'm not crying over spilt milk. I easily have, much more products to take care of this. I'm not trying to brag or boast, but it's just a fact. So, hey, it is what it is. I'll leave my link in the description for my website. If you want to go ahead and read some of my blogs, some of my content, and I share some of my thoughts, go ahead and check it down below. I'm new to this YouTube thing, so if you guys have questions, leave them in the comments down below. I'll talk to you soon, all right? Peace out. Bye.